Oh my goodness, what a game. The Tennessee Titans versus the Los Angeles Chargers was absolutely nuts. Coming in, I really thought this would be a slam dunk for the Chargers, right? But man, the Titans' defense and special teams just flipped the script. Cody Barton's interception return for a touchdown, sensational. And then Chimere Dike with that outrageous 67-yard punt return, just wow. These early plays had me on the edge of my seat, putting the Titans up in a way nobody saw coming. And talk about pressure. Rookie quarterback Cam Ward, the poor guy was really put to the test. His NFL debut was not easy, constantly under siege, taking those sacks like crazy because of the Chargers' defensive pressure. But hey, for those who live for the thrill of football's unpredictability, this was a treat. It's games like this that remind us why we love the sport. The Titans gave us a wild ride, even if they couldn't clinch it in the end. Guys, make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the drama, and if you want more explosive post-match breakdowns, subscribe, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Now, shifting focus from that shocker to one of the game's more confounding aspects. Cam Ward. Oh man, the rookie quarterback. Where do you even start? Coming into this game, I think we all expected some growing pains, but yeah, this was rough. Ward completed 12 out of 21 passes for just 145 yards. And those numbers, well, they kind of tell you everything you need to know. Listen, it wasn't just about the lack of a touchdown pass. It feels like he's struggling with reading defenses and making those split-second decisions. And the game's speed, it seems maybe catching him off guard. And it wasn't just him, right? With 4 sacks, the protection up front simply wasn't there, which only magnified his problems. It's a two-way street. You need protection to build confidence. And then, let's talk about those third downs. Convert only 1 out of 9. It's hard to win games when you can't sustain drives, keep the defense on its toes, and most importantly, give your special teams a breather. Yet there were flashes, little moments of promise that showed us the potential he possesses. You see it and you think, if he could just string that consistency together. This game could be a pivotal learning experience for Ward. He needs patience and guidance, especially from the coaching staff, to bridge the gap that's so glaringly obvious right now. You can't help but wonder, will he adapt quickly enough to impact their season significantly? Fingers crossed, folks. When we're talking about leadership, folks, Justin Herbert showed the Titans exactly how it's done in this matchup. Despite being under constant bombardment from the Titans' defense, Herbert's performance was nothing short of incredible, pushing through with 250 passing yards and finding the end zone not just through the air but on the ground as well. It's truly something to witness. Even facing pressure with 6 sacks hanging over his shoulder, Herbert kept his cool, shifting, dodging, and just managing the defense like a maestro conducting a symphony. His decision-making was on full display in the red zone, where the Chargers converted 3 out of 4 attempts. That's efficiency at its finest. And it's this kind of clinical execution that really separates the contenders from the pretenders. Every time the Titans upped the defensive ante, Herbert countered intelligently, often recognizing and dismantling blitz packages with speedy releases and smart audibles. But, of course, leadership isn't just about stats. It's the intangible attributes, like his ability to galvanize his teammates, that stood out. The way he stepped up in crucial moments, like that impressive rushing touchdown, it's a testament to his all-around prowess. Herbert's resilience injected a sense of belief into the Chargers, keeping playoff dreams firmly on course. It's like having an ace up your sleeve when faced with adversities. Herbert's leadership might just be the key to leading this team through the turbulent waters of the NFL season. Honestly, with Herbert at the helm, the Chargers' future looks very bright indeed. Having highlighted Herbert's impact, we need to pivot to the broader narrative. How mistakes ultimately cost the Tennessee Titans their shot at pulling off an upset against the Chargers. Man, it was like watching a team fighting against itself, just frustrating mistakes crushing any momentum. Right? To be honest, the Titans' offense didn't just stumble, it fumbled through the game. Only 10 first downs, and their third down conversion was a head-scratcher at 1 for 9. You have to capitalize on those opportunities, otherwise you're just handing control over to the opponent. Oh, and those penalties, 7 of them, costing the Titans 60 crucial yards. That's painfully significant when you're trying to claw your way back into a match. It was like they couldn't get out of their own way, penalties cropping up when they could least afford them. Cody Barton's interception return touchdown was a flicker of hope, showcasing the potential within their defensive ranks. They can create opportunities, but consistency was missing. They didn't maintain that pressure, allowing the Chargers to dictate the pace and use their possession advantage to grind down the Titans' defense. Overcoming a possession deficit, especially when the Chargers had the ball for a hefty 34 minutes compared to the Titans' 25, was always a massive ask. You'd think the team seeing themselves slip away would match up. But no. All of this screams for a fundamental reassessment and an urgent need to turn potential energy into sustained competitive advantage. Otherwise, we're just going to see more of these missed chances dominating their future analysis. It's a path that leads nowhere but lessons learned, I guess. Now, shifting gears to the Chargers, a team that faced its own massive test in overcoming offensive line woes, think about the variables. On paper, losing key linemen like Joe Alt and Bobby Hart should have spelled disaster for their protection schemes, right? I mean, you look at 6 sacks in a single game. And yeah, it was rough watching Justin Herbert take those hits. But here's where it gets interesting. The Chargers didn't just buckle under pressure. They pivoted. The coaching staff deserves massive kudos for tactical resilience. Like, they genuinely crafted a smart playbook shift. Instead of panicking, they leaned into quick release passes and screenplays, and man, did it work. This approach was crucial, not only to protect Herbert, but also to maintain offensive fluidity. Herbert himself, under duress, was nearly surgical with those quick throws, keeping drives alive and ensuring they stayed competitive. And let's not forget Jarrett Patterson in the backfield. He was instrumental in this strategic shift, providing a balanced defensive attack that countered the relentless Titans' pressure. His runs, though maybe not eye-popping, were essential in creating a more well-rounded offensive dynamic. Looking forward, these tactical adaptations tell us a lot about how the Chargers might strategize for the rest of the season. Reinforcing their offensive line is clearly a priority. Keeping Herbert upright is key to their playoff aspirations. But in embracing this strategy adjustment, they've shown they're capable of thriving, even when things get dicey. The Chargers' adaptability this week could very well be a cornerstone for their success moving ahead. Now, let's dive into the key turning points of this intense matchup between the Tennessee Titans and Los Angeles Chargers. Starting with the Titans' electrifying early surge, oh my goodness, did they come out swinging. Cody Barton's ridiculous interception return for a touchdown had everyone losing their minds. It was like an unexpected punch to the Chargers' gut, wasn't it? And then Chimere Dike's sensational 67-yard punt return. You couldn't write it. These plays didn't just put points on the board, they sent a huge message. The Titans weren't going to roll over. But here's the thing, the Chargers weren't having any of it. Justin Herbert, doing what he does best, took the helm and steered the ship back on course. His cool-headedness following the Titans' blitz was something to behold. Connecting with Quentin Johnston for that 19-yard touchdown, massive moment. That play started turning the tide, am I right? You could literally see the game's balance shifting as Herbert orchestrated his team's response. As we moved into the second half, the Chargers didn't let up, maintaining a higher tempo and proving their resilience. Herbert's scrambling culminating in that rushing touchdown wasn't just another score, it was a definitive statement. It broke the Titans' spirit and highlighted the Chargers' strategic dynamism. These critical junctures defined the game, underscoring how football's unpredictability can pivot on a handful of explosive plays and cunning adaptations. This isn't just about stats, it's about seizing moments. In this clash, both sides had their flashes, but the Chargers' coherent response and adaptability sealed the deal. Now moving forward, let's shift focus to the strategic outlook as both teams recalibrate for what's ahead. For the Tennessee Titans, sitting at a distressing 1-8, it's crunch time to rethink their approach. This game against the Chargers exposed ongoing vulnerabilities, particularly on the offensive front. Cam Ward's struggles, especially with maintaining composure under pressure and executing effective drives, continue to be glaring issues. It's imperative that the Titans harness these experiences to bolster their offensive mechanics, focusing on enhancing Ward's comfort in the pocket and overall decision-making. They can't just dwell on past mistakes, they need a game plan to salvage their season. It's not just about improving Ward's performance, they've also got to solidify their offensive line, which would in turn enhance the rushing attack, an area that has yet to truly shine this season. Injuries sure have played a part in their current predicament, limiting their tactical options. However, using upcoming fixtures to adjust their strategies is crucial. On the other side of the spectrum, the Chargers, riding a 6-3 record, are setting their sights on greater objectives. Maintaining the health of their roster is paramount, particularly in the trenches. Justin Herbert has proven he can lead under duress, but consistent protection will ease his job and expand their playbook. The Chargers need to keep building momentum, leveraging Herbert's leadership to navigate through formidable defenses, aiming to reinforce their defensive strategies alongside their already high-caliber offensive play. Forward thinking will be key, and both teams must adapt to keep up with the NFL's relentless pace. Alright, so here's the thing. Coming off that intense clash, the Chargers and Titans are set on distinct paths, each facing their challenges differently. The Chargers, man, they're making waves with some incredible strides. Herbert is like the Rock for LA, pulling off those key plays and showing why he's such a big deal. But yeah, injuries have been a headache. What really stood out was how well they've managed to adapt, filling gaps in their offensive line and somehow keeping their playoff hopes alive. Let's flip it around and talk Titans for a minute. Sitting at 1-8, they've got some soul-searching to do. With Cam Ward still finding his groove in the NFL, they've got to rethink their whole approach or they'll keep this downward spiral. Solidifying that offensive line and upping their game plans is absolutely critical. You're wondering if they can turn the corner. Hey, it's possible, but not without some serious changes. So, as both teams look ahead, strategy is everything. The Chargers are riding high, and if they keep honing their defensive edge while backing Herbert offensively, their playoff aspirations stay bright. Meanwhile, the Titans, they've got to learn from these tough lessons if they want any hope of bouncing back. But enough from me. What do you guys think? Are we seeing playoff magic in the Chargers' future, or will the Titans shock us all? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep this discussion rolling. See you next time for more NFL breakdowns.